Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Season. Last time we left off, I believe this is all we have left to do. We really just have to go over here and speak to Sonia, I believe. And there might be some more pages and stuff associated with it. I'm not totally sure. But it does strike me as odd that it's like, oh, go talk to Sonia. But the gates, like, did I miss Sonia somewhere? Were they somewhere else? Because that obviously leads out. And I don't want to miss them. Let me see. Are they, like, down here or something? I just want to be sure. Because it seems weird to me that they'd be in the point of no return. But they could be, because it could be like, oh, the character we talked to on the final leg of our journey. I just, you know, I don't want to miss anything. I don't see them around. Like, looking at the map here, you know, it's kind of placed in the woods, but that's not, you know, totally accurate because Matiora's placed in the woods and, you know, she's at her house. So it's gotta just be through here. I feel like they'd be more noticeable if I was missing them. You know? So I guess I'm just going up there. I think that's it. I hope that's it. Alright.
I knew once I went into the shrine my time to explore the valley was over.
Go to the shrine. Let's do it. Hello? I think the name was Sonia, right? Or am I misremembering the monk's name? Okay, so where does it... I mean, it's not going to be able to say really where I'm at anyway. I forgot. I did just wake up from a little bit of a nap. And I mentioned one of these previous days I was going to be gone for the weekend. Actually, no. Our plans for that kind of fell through. But at least it means it's not as much work for me getting everything recorded. Okay, come on. That's got to be you. Monk has a sick camper van. And this is the god of forgetting.
In the heart of the shrine, the void sits alone.
Yeah. The Shrine of Ting. Hello? Yeah, void is just here. Okay. Let's hit you. It's a good picture. Get a picture of your
It
van.
has wheels, but it looks like a house.
Yeah. Hello. Here's your TV. Probably don't want to ring the bell. Ringing the bell in front of void, you know, will cause things to happen. So let's not. Okay. You fix your TV. Change the channel. That's it?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Well, you're clearly not the monk. I'm recording the season before it's gone.
I hope this isn't your first day on the job. There isn't much season left to record. What's that? Around your neck? That's a pendant. You're wearing a pendant. My God, I've read about those. A pendant to burner 5 memories, 1 for each sense. Who did you make the pendant with?
My mom.
And who lost the memories, you or her?
She insisted on losing them.
I see. And what was something you burned?
A children's book.
You burned a children's book in a memory? Interesting ritual. Similar to what we do here, but different.
Why do you want to know?
Yeah. Why do I? Your mind will make it into the next season intact. You're protected by 5 senses, 5 lost memories. What about everyone else? Ever think about that?
I have.
Well, I don't need one. I'll be right here until the flood takes me.
Why not evacuate?
The first days of a new season are just so damn hopeful. Feeling that kind of hope again would kill me.
Oof.
I'd rather drown.
You're afraid of hope? Afraid of feeling it again here at the end, probably.
Of course. Of course. Few things are as painful.
How do you know about the pendant?
I told you I read about them. Look at you, protected. The rest of the world is not so lucky. Me, the people you've met on your way here, nobody else is protected.
Protected against what?
You think everyone makes it into a new season intact? Tell that to the boys face down in the parking lot. You know things are about to change.
Yeah, they're not going to have a good time. I mean, they're not going to realize what's happening, but...
I can tell.
Is it possible to make a collective pendant?
A collective pendant to protect a group instead of one person. You're welcome to try. My memories are all over the shrine. You can have them, destroy them, whatever you want. Asking an old monk to invent a new ritual. Let me die in peace.
Okay, so you are the monk. You are the monk. I could have sworn we had a recording and it was a totally different sounding voice. Of like... What happened during the war? I need the sleep prayer. Where was that at? There's a sleep prayer. This? No, that's the little wind chimes. Musical symbol. Mineral that can affect the mind. I don't remember what this was. It was the ancient tree. Yeah, there's that. Here we go. Here we go. Requires a prayer. No, this is day 0. Yeah, this is the dig site stuff. Greyhound radio. Is it this? Can I perform a ritual for my dad, but I can make... Something frightening happened in this memory. Serene Pond area.
God of sleep, I've been gathering Harpic, and I've been gathering courage. If my big prayer is wrong, if it goes against divine will, please spare the people of this valley. We're so desperate for peace.
I guess, yeah, so that is the monk that did the sleep prayer, but that was a previous monk. You're the new monk? I'm guessing? Because, yeah. So, have I... Will it say if I've met you now? Well, yeah, you don't get the smiley face until you, like, finish their quest or whatever. Stinky incense, wedding incense, prayer incense. Stinky? Stinky.
Ooh, that smell. The Matisma mushroom. You'll want a memory then for your, what did you call it? Collective pendant. I remember learning how to find these mushrooms. Somebody taught me how. Is that enough of a memory? I guess I won't forget it now. I'll forget it when the flood comes.
The shrine. Okay. Yeah, we need something for all the smells. The stinky one seemed like good choice for that.
That fruit is an acquired taste.
Yeah, perfect for my thing.
Go ahead, try it.
Looks like a durian.
Do you like the taste?
It's the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. I'm not sure.
It takes time. I remember sneaking into the orchards with another boy before we knew what was romantic and what wasn't. Stealing those fruits, pretending to Love the taste. Both of us pretending, smiling and laughing until it became true. Oh, it's good. I wish I could pretend like I used to.
Oh. Interesting, interesting. Before you understood what was romantic, you were kind of just playing along, and then it slowly became like, yeah, oh no, we actually are into this. We're learning things about ourselves. Okay. What do we got over here? Is that the other boy? So this is sound.
I used to play this at breakfast. The woman who took care of me would cook, and I'd dance around. When I was older, I'd cook, and she'd sit and try to sway to the beat. She had trouble moving in her old age, but I can hear her foot tapping.
I mean, I don't know the length of a lot of the ages and stuff, but if the woman who took care of you was the previous one who cast the you know, prayer of sleep, that would kind of line up, because I would guess music like this would have came from the Golden Age, or the Golden Season. And before the Golden Season was the war, and if she ended the war and then this season happened, that would kind of line up for you, I guess? Given the fact that there's cars here, but they're clearly old, and you clearly have a car. So... or a van, at least. Feel the buttons, feel stitching. Squeezed all. I'm just gonna squeeze the entire thing.
That old
Good
doll.
plushie.
What is that? Touch?
I had the same doll.
Everybody had that doll. A tourist left that behind. A little kid. I don't know why I kept it. I knew she'd never come back. If she's alive, that kid is older than you now. Maybe they remember this doll. Maybe not. But the life the kid imagined in this piece of fabric, I can still feel it. Keeping it around and in one piece, it's like I'm keeping something alive. In the loneliness of a season, no visitors and nothing to pray for, that meant something. Maybe it helped me survive. Would I admit this if I wasn't going to drown tomorrow? No. Of course not.
Oof. Okay. Okay, I'm still, like, we still have our suspicions of, like, what is actually going on with, the dam, and if we can believe the Grey Hands, too. Turn on blinking lighting, simple lighting, colored lighting. Colored. I like my RGB. A little bit.
I remember seeing lights like these in the forest one night. It was Manches, the famous singer. The only time I ever got to see him sing. But my eyes were on the crowd, seeing their faces in electric light, the joy of it. I grew up in a time when we thought our lives could be connected by electricity.
Mm-hmm.
How could we hate each other when we all love the same person? A brief, beautiful delusion that the world was knitting itself together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, I think that relates a lot to these days of, like, the rise of, like, internet and technology, and, like, being nostalgic for, like, the good parts of the internet when it was better, and then being sad at seeing, like, what the internet is becoming now with, like, dead internet theory and bots and AI, and also just, like, how much surveillance and things there are on it. It's like, yeah, it feels like that internet is gone.
He dies, the war starts, a season ends. Did I tell you already? Hope is the most painful thing in the world. That's 5. 5 memories. 5 senses.
Sure is, friend. I always like when people wear the jacket like that. I'm like, you must have a hard time keeping it on without the, you know, in the sleeves, but I can imagine it falling off constantly. You still look like a Psychonauts character. Some of the characters in this do. A lot of them do, in fact. Okay. The old monk wanted to die in the flood, but he was interested in my pendant and deep down intrigued about my idea of making a pendant that protects a group instead of a single person. I'm going to put the lights here, like all the little things we did. That seems like a good spot for them on this page. Feel like I'm messing up this a little bit right here. There. There. And I can rotate it a little bit. But then I need to squeeze you in here. There we go. That kind of works. It's not perfect or wonderful by any means, but here's your little van. Your camper van.
An old monk surrounded by his memories.
I guess it is just an
a
RV.
Shrine to a god? Or is it a shrine to his past?
Ask the question. Sometimes it's both. Let's put that right there too. Okay, what stamps do we get? Ah, the RV and your crazy socks. Put that right there. Okay. So that's done. Is there any reason for me? Okay, I can't do anything with that right now anyway. I took a picture of it, but that was it. Hi.
My name is Easel.
Easel.
I was the last monk of Tiang Valley. I never finished my exams to be a monk, but I'm the only one left.
Easel. Yeah, it's Sonia. I swear I remember hearing the name Sonia. And it's probably in relation to the one that casts the prayer of sleep, but
I took becoming a monk for granted because I grew up around them. If you're including a ruin like me, you must be serious about recording this season. What will you write about me?
you were the last monk of Tiang Valley.
That's true, but I was once a scared little boy. I was orphaned by the war.
Yeah, so I got the timeline correct, which is not hard considering how much information they give us about, you know, how the timelines kind of panned out. Even if they don't give us like specific dates a lot of the time. Sometimes they do. They'll be like, oh, 320 something and 720 something, but
The monks found me on the coast, wandering alone, shell-shocked. Sonia, the head monk,
yes.
took care of me.
Okay, there's the name Sonia that I was thinking of.
I saw things I shouldn't have. She helped me erase those memories. If I had any memories of my family, I lost them too. But at least I didn't wake up screaming anymore.
Oh.
I was so afraid of accidentally calling her Mom.
Oh. Why? She might have liked
Head
it.
monk, even before she ended the war. Sonia was an imposing figure. I slept, I forgot, and I grew. The soldiers came to the valley. Sonia hated the war for taking my family, like it took so many others. The most powerful prayers are always made out of desperation. She figured out how to amplify our sleep prayer, a prayer that could end a season. No one had ever done anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing thing.
She sent me to the coast to turn on the light posts, to signal that the season would end soon. I used to go to the light posts alone, just to dream about another season, to dream about being born in another season, to die in another season, to imagine a life where I wasn't afraid to have hope. I'd like you to have one of these photos, to carry it with you to wherever you're going.
Childhood, Sonia, you dreaming of another season. I think, like, I feel it's incredibly important to have Sonia. I feel it's incredibly important to have, well, less important to have childhood you. But you dreaming of another season kind of encapsulates both what you and Sonia wanted, I feel.
These lights out on the coast, it's a solemn task to turn them on, and it's not too late.
Let's go turn them on together.
They've shut off the power. Won't be long now. Imagine the waves rolling in here. The water is so deep that light won't reach us. I should pray one last time. We should both pray right now.
Let's do it.
Your pendant, the sacrifice your mother made to keep you safe. It might be possible to pass on this blessing, to divide its power among the people you've met on your journey, to shepherd them into the next season.
Oh, that sounds very nice, thank
A
you.
truly strong player, we would need to use up the power of your pendant. I'm not sure it would work. It's never been done before, but I know it would weaken your pendant. In that case, nobody would be protected. Before you light the candle, I want you to think hard about if you want to do this. Do you want to pass on this blessing and leave yourself vulnerable? Or will you continue your role as a vessel of memory?
Ooh, that is tough. Because I do want to help the people that are moving on, but also the work that I'm doing is very, very important as well. But I don't know. I'm the kind of person that if I can help people at, detriment to myself, I will. Contemplate the choice. Think about the people of the valley.
They were kind to me. They're already losing so much.
They were weighted down by the past. They are finding peace, though. They are finding peace.
Slowly. Painfully. But still. They are moving on.
They are moving on. They're kind of getting past it. I don't know if they need my help. And it also feels unfair to just give my help to them without, asking their opinions as well. They are moving on. They are progressing in life. And loss is a natural part of life. I understand the reason in this game to want to just be able to forget those things and not have to worry about it. Because I feel like most people in that situation would want that. But it's also a very healthy part of life, dealing and coping with loss and grieving. So it feels like I'm robbing them of a experience and a very important one by taking that away. Because it'll just make the next time they have loss hit just as hard. It won't be the first time. Or it will be the first time for them again, Not saying they haven't had loss before, but it'll be like new again. And at least in my experience, once you have some experience with loss, as awful as it does get easier. A little bit. A lot of people say, it never gets easier and you do still remember them and stuff. But having been through loss once, it does make you more prepared, I guess, which does make it easier. The loss itself is obviously always hard, but you learn to cope with it better. Think about my mission.
I need to be sure someone will remember this season. There needs to be at least one witness. Someone to carry this season into the future. That is what I set out to do.
Think about my mom.
Promised her I wouldn't do anything to my pendant. That was why she let me go. She told me I had to remember everything. That it was my role.
I made up my mind. I don't think I can risk my pendants. Not even as a for me thing, but like I said, because normally I would 100% go for the protect others thing, but it's like I'm protecting them from a natural life occurrence, Like, getting over grief and loss, that is natural. I'm not curing them of, like, you know, something quite frankly like this character had that was like, you know, crippling PTSD that was making him wake up in the middle of the night screaming. If it was something like that, yes. But they're just dealing with loss, and that feels more natural. Like, I'm thinking of the characters like Meteora. I forget the other one's name. It was like something, and I don't want to get it wrong. And then the other character, obviously there's the child, but that's not like one of the named characters that you know, we look into. There was another character though, and I'm struggling to remember them because there's the fruit farm lady and the kid. There's Meteora, and then there's someone I met, I think, even earlier. And I'm struggling to remember. Besides the Greyhand person, there was someone else, I thought. And I feel bad for forgetting them, but I can't risk my pendant. I can't do it. I have to, you know, be the person that catalogs this history.
I feel the choice. Don't speak it aloud. No need. It puts my mind at ease knowing you will be safe. You'll witness much more across seasons. We will leave it to the gods.
I need to record it. If I'm doing this, you know, I've got to go the whole way. Record it all. I always loved these. How you pull that back and hit it like a battering ram.
We sink these words into the fragile earth to accompany lost souls. Listen to the record of our lives spinning and the old woman tapping her foot to the music. Taste the fruit we stole from the orchard and pretend to love the taste until you truly do. Feel the fabric of a lost doll. Smell the incense of an old evening sun, the caretaker prayer, the scent of the woods and the wedding tree. Turn your eyes to the colored lights. The faces in the crowd are the faces of your children. We offer this prayer on behalf of our companions. Let them find themselves with senses warm and ready for the life of the season to come. You have the sounds of the moment. The moment is already past. We've done all we can. I need to take you out of this place. It can't end here. Let's go.
Oh. Maybe it was just these three.
The true end of the Tiang Valley was not the flood coming. It was when these people would go their separate ways.
Yeah.
At the last possible moment, I saw them as a community. No matter what happens, I will carry the memory of these people into the next season.
There you are.
The Greyhand arrived. He had what he called passports for everyone. He said they were supposed to have a photo, but that his camera was broken and he wanted to use mine. I saw in these little papers the beginning of a new world. He asked me if I could
Profession
help him.
child.
I had only one moment to decide.
He asked me if I could help him. I had only one moment to decide. help the Grey Hands or no? We still don't totally know what was going on with the Grey Hands, and I kind of don't like this. Like, it's one of those ideals where it sounds good on the surface, but it feels like there's something weird or suspicious going on in the background. And I don't like the idea of these people that lived this life having to go live in, like, basically a giant apartment complex in the city either. Saw in these little papers at the beginning of A New World. He asked me if I could help him. I only had a moment to decide. I really don't know if I should, honestly. One, it doesn't feel my place. I'm about documenting the current season, and this is like ushering in a new season. I'm gonna say no. I'm actually gonna say no.
I said no. I tried to question him about what they were doing in the valley. But all he said was that everything would be okay. It was just one season passing on to the next.
And Monk is staying, huh? Not even leaving now. At least Matiora left.
The monk said he felt like driving all night.
Okay.
Listen closely. The road behind you leads to the coast. There's an old warning system on the beach, an emergency light that can be seen from the other side of the ocean. You can warn the rest of the world about the change of season. All you have to do is turn it on. It was
Lighthouse?
built to survive anything. I'm sure it still works. Do you understand?
Yes. Can I take a photo of you?
Of course.
That feels important.
Easel lives.
Easel does live. What will you do now?
I've been thinking about that all night. I have this idea to turn my van into a shrine. For every sermon I preach, I'll listen to 10, and you will remember everything. You will survive everything. Rest transparent in the spirit that gives you rise. Farewell.
Goodbye, Easel. You were a neat character. I hate to think what happens if your van ever breaks down. I mean, I guess you can maybe find parts for it scattered around pretty easily, but... Ding ding. Okay. We continue. And if I look at my map... Yep, Easel is done now. So yeah, that was the final character. And there wasn't another one. I guess I was just thinking of the Grey Hand. Or, Sofon, yeah, Kochi was one as well. I wasn't sure if Sofon or Kochi were combined into just one, like just that family, but yeah. Because I knew there were 4. But yeah, it was just those 2. And then yeah, obviously the Grey Hand is not one of them. Alright, well let's go turn on the lighthouse. I also find myself wondering, this person that we see in the future listening to what we recorded. I wonder if that is the child of our main character here that we, have been hinted at by the mother. Or if it's someone even further flung into the future. Is that a boat horn or? I guess no, that's just a horn. Yeah, like a oh, the orcs are coming horn. Interesting. I'm guessing there is a lighthouse. Like Easel said, giant light. There's a warning system. Well, I gotta sit at this bench. Very pink bench. Sketch it. We have to. It's like a little boat graveyard. Very pretty shot, though. There's even a submarine there. Yeah. Wild to me that there's clearly what appears to be like a wooden boat and a submarine. I guess no, that one's not a wooden boat per se. It kind of looks like it, though. Because I was thinking, I'm like, that just shows different like different eras of war. If we have wooden ships and then a submarine, like those are very different seasons or times. Unless the technology just really advanced super quickly. But I think it was just a painted boat. This is where I was supposed to go, right? I think so, because I was going to try to go up to that thing, but don't know that I could have. There might have been a path. We don't have a map these days. I don't think so. But someone is clearly blowing it, unless it's, you know, just automatically does that. Watery Republic, the Topaz. Oh, the Topaz.
Told me she grew up on a Watery Republic.
Yeah.
The ship was commandeered during the war.
Yeah, the Topaz. That was the giant cruise ship that they were on for a period. So that's what this is. I'm guessing those are the warning system lights over there. I guess I'm going across. So that's not a submarine. That's just like the, exhaust from the ship. I thought it was like the little submarine thing, you know, you pop up and look out of the water. I thought it was that. But yeah, this is just that giant cruise liner. Like, gotta get a picture of you. Oops. Picture?
Her motto is very much in line with what I've learned about the Golden Season.
It is possible to have a good time. Yeah. That does add up, huh? I should have gotten a recording. I didn't know, like, how much it wanted me to actually, you know, record things here, but we are adding another page to our journal. Well, let's, scale you up. Put you up here. I should have gotten a picture of the boat. I should have recorded the horn. Ding ding. It did say index 3, so I was thinking, like, maybe it could have opened, but when it gave me the point of no return thing, I was thinking the game would be ending, like, very soon. But we might have more, actually. I don't know how much more. I don't think it can be much more. But we will see. Yes, hello? Like, for me, lighting these lights, possibly... Well, we've already learned we're probably not going to be going back to our mother. Who in the... Straw Hat Luffy? Are you purple? You are. Okay. Can I get a picture of the, like, solar panel light
The
things?
lights look bigger than an easel's photo.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to talk to you. Just give me a second. Let's put you right there. You're snoozing. And then let's put the picture of the lights here. Hello?
Hello. I love you.
Okay.
Ice cream.
Um, I, I love you too.
Good. Ha! What this do?
What in the world? It's the signal the end of a season.
Hmm?
I'll turn them on when the sun sets.
You turn them on? Aha! I think wrong.
Oh, you thought it was a
Not for sport.
yeah, you thought it was a sports stadium.
My village. I draw the life. You see? You?
My village is safe.
Safe village. So,
Here you go.
ah, tree. Beautiful tree. I have tree. It's weird, no? I have weird. Public lizard.
Public lizard. Just a happy little iguana.
Everyone.
Are they pets?
Oh.
Worship?
I say I live home. My mother no cry goodbye. Your mother?
Oh. My mom got emotional. I'm getting to share my journal with like somebody else that's doing the same thing.
Sad mom. Morning I leave. I go far, far. Hmm? Alone. Long time. Why you leave home?
Why not? Or there was a prophetic dream that signaled the end of the season, so I went out to try and record the time on Earth and make it real for people in the future. These are two very different answers. I don't want to overwhelm you with all that. Why not?
Why not?
Why'd you leave home?
Ubamnegeo se jalo. Why not? Same. Look at crab now. I see. I like it. I draw.
A crab with Harpic on it?
What you like?
I mean, owl. Owl is my favorite.
Night bird.
Yes. Owls are my favorites.
Sound. You play sound. You play sound.
Let's close our eyes. That was interesting. Ooh, I like the frog sounds. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
This is a frog, a small being with an echoing voice.
Good. Here?
Look at this awesome exchange of culture. I love this.
3 days together. Friend now. Sad that I go.
She reminds me of someone I met. She was trying to let go of her old life. To start a new one in a new place.
Now? Here, together, we are safe.
We are. Isn't it great? Even despite the language barrier, still getting to enjoy. I remember I have like a fond memory of when I was a child. I was at a family member's wedding, and the wedding was in Mexico, and there was another kid that was in the wedding who spoke Spanish, and I could not speak any Spanish, but we still like hung out and got along and like played games together, despite the fact that neither of us could understand what the other one was saying, but we had a way of communicating, and there's like something really nice about that, you know? Thinking about like, oh, people will find a way to still communicate and things, despite everything. Well, I've got to fill in your page. Hey, our picture! I need one more thing, though. Campfire? Or your boat. I think that's your little boat. It's kind of dark now, so I can't see it super well. I'm just gonna get a picture of the campfire. Put that on there just to get the inspiration. I might have missed some things I could have gotten pictures of earlier. Terrible layout for that page.
On the beach, I moved through the wreckage of an old season, and a way to warn the world about the arrival of the next. The cycle will continue. I hope I played my role well.
I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did. There's also something I've been meaning to mention. I don't know that... Have we ever got a name confirmed for our main character here? I remember at the beginning I was like, is this character Pate? But no, I'm pretty sure we know who Pate is now. I don't know if we've ever gotten a name. It might have been at the very beginning, like Mom said it and I forgot, or it was somewhere in there. But, like we've never said it, so... Okay. I think I need to head out there. Okay, yeah, it's kind of hard for me to see currently. But, yeah. Okay, they will not let me ride my bike up here. Let's press it. God, yeah, it's very dark. I can't see shit, Captain. There they go. Turning on. Yeah, that is like stadium lights.
The lights sent out a warning to the other side of the world. I wondered if anyone was watching. I wondered if anyone remembers what it means. This season is over. My new friend is sailing home in the morning. I've decided to go with him. I feel so scared and so relieved at the same time.
Ooh.
I can't think straight. Before sailing into the unknown, I checked in on my journal, my letter to the future.
Who are you? I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway. And here we go. We can look at our full journal. And also they kept talking about how this was a season of loneliness. And we were alone for a pretty good amount of that, and we didn't leave with those people, but we are leaving with this person. We made a friend, someone we had some camaraderie with. I come from a small village in the mountains. No one has left here since before I was born. But our lives changed overnight, just a few days ago when my best friend had a prophetic dream. A vision that the elders said means this season is going to end soon. The world is about to enter a new era, a great change is coming. Everyone was afraid. I was surrounded by questions, and I began to feel how little I know. What is the season that is about to end, and why is it ending? What exactly is out there that could turn the world inside out? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did, so I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go, that I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. Hope that you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice. And then, yeah, now we get in our actual pages. I just performed a goodbye ritual with my mom. Moment has passed, but I'll record it in these pages for you, the future. The stories of strangers who became my friends. A friend can break through a shadow of grief with a moment of kindness. Yeah, so we don't need to reread all of this. I wanted to refresh myself on, like, the beginnings of it. Woof. Dr. Fumio. Yep. This is what we heard when we had that vision. Weeks passed, I came to know loneliness for the first time. Yep. They kept themselves company with music. They learned about the elder. Xiang Valley entrance. What are the Grey Hands doing? We will build the next season. Yep. Gonna perform a ritual, something frightening. Greyhand radio. The Greyhand kid just wants to be loved. Yeah. Then day 0. They've planned to remove the haunted quality by bringing people together. Like I said, I'm still not totally sure about what the Greyhands are doing, but... Then Kochi's tour. The graffiti that I made. It was a beautiful place. And then Pate's dream, Matiora. What happened during the war. Just got on the cliff. I feel like I got pretty much everything I could have gotten from Xiang Valley. The true end of Xiang Valley was not the flood coming. It was when these people would go their separate ways. At the last moment, I saw them as a community. No matter what happens, I will carry the memory of these people into the next season. It's such a beautiful sketch, too. Yeah, I said no. I tried to question him. Whether he's doing everything okay. It was just one season passing to the next. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm suspicious of it. And I'm not saying the Greyhands are definitely at fault here and are trying to do something. They're just, you know, it's just the season changing. But, like, I did feel the need to question what was going on. And there we go. Here's our little boat. Oh, one of the runes painted on the water. My pendant.
The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. We're standing here. You're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories.
Oh, I think something would have happened to me if I didn't still have the pendant there, if it was weakened.
In the pattern of the surface of the water, I felt the god of forgetting wrap their arms around me. A wave of amnesia. But when they opened their mouth, I heard my mother's voice instead. I step into the next season with my mind intact.
Yeah.
But what about everyone else? The masses of the world without a pendant, without their mother's voice in their ear. I read through my journal, knowing it might be the only record left of their lives, of this departed season. I have to remember for everyone. It was a season to collect and to let go, to sort through dreams, visions, and memories, all of which may have just been washed away.
So that's the new season. We were
Look
friends.
might have been gained by this. I can only show you what was lost. This is part of the history of our world. I discovered the Greyhands planned to remove the haunted quality of the season with a prayer. That prayer must have been for people to forget.
Oh,
To erase some of the world's memory.
I knew
I
it.
hope what I recorded in my journal helps you cut through the fog of amnesia, to understand how the season changed. I'll continue taking measure of the world, even if I never make it to a palace of art and memory. No matter where you're reading this, I offer you my journal and the lives inside it. If anything in here escapes from the page into the world, let it be one sentence. Just a few words you heard from a traveler on a bicycle. when at the end of the evening, she turned to you and said, "It is not too late."
Oh.
How to leave home. For my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back. Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now, stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.
Oof. Good video game. Huh. Yeah, so the Greyhands definitely were up to something, and their thing was to get everyone over the trauma of the past seasons. They just made everyone forget, which I don't like. The game was made by the people, they're infinitely... the credits are therefore alphabetical. Awesome. Always love to see that. I think the Greyhands robbed people of their own agency to make that choice for themselves. They wanted to be able to usher in a new season so badly that they were willing to take people's memories from them, which I think is very messed up. So I think it's not like, it's awful that they did that to people and forced that on people, and the people didn't have a choice. And I knew there was something weird going on with it. And it seems like they built their, whatever their idea of a utopia is, but it's like, how long until that comes crashing down? And look at what people lost because of it. If I had given up my pendant, which I was thinking about doing at the beginning, but then once I started, looking at the things that our main character was saying, it made me think like, oh, maybe I shouldn't though. And I'm glad I didn't, because I was the only one that could have kept all of this alive. The only one that could have kept all of this alive. So all of this culture, this history, these people, their lives, it's preserved. Preservation is so incredibly important, because we don't want to forget about the past. So it's nice. I am happy that I had the idea to just keep my pendant there, which felt like a selfish decision at the time, but like, I think it was the better one. So, like I said, fantastic game. Really makes you think, really has like an interesting world, and it's one of those worlds where I want to know more about it too. Like, if there was a sequel where we get to follow our character more, I definitely would have been down for that. But yeah, that reminds me. Have we seen VAs? Because I didn't catch it if we did, but we probably would have seen the name of our main character if I had caught it. Because like I said, it probably said it somewhere. But here we go. Cast, English language, main characters. The protagonist. Okay, so they don't give a name there either. They do not give a name there either. Just the protag. Okay. I mean, like I said, phenomenal game. Really makes you think, and it's definitely a very interesting game for like you know, dealing with like trauma and coping and just like how natural that is and the actual process for it. It's just really, really well made piece of media with a story that I feel is important to tell in an interesting world that is totally different from ours, but you can still see a lot of the parallels. And that's the beautiful thing about art, is like when you make fiction, when you made a made up world, it still references or reflects a lot of the things that, you know, are going on now or you are currently experiencing. And there's always beauty in that. That's why it's important to have art, you know, especially these days, actually made by people with intent, because there's purpose behind it. There's a story that someone is trying to tell and trying to communicate. And that's really important, and it would suck to ever lose that. I mean, it's like, you know, obviously I read a lot of history literature and stuff, and one of the biggest things that, like, historians and stuff nail down is, like, primary sources can be a lot of things. A lot of people would think, like, oh, you just want information that says, like, oh, this is how this person lived, this is how the king lived, this is what the king ate. And it's like, you can squeeze so much more out of, like, examining fiction that was written during the time, poems, all of these things, because you know, those poems, those things that are created for all dead loves and all remembered things. All of those things, like, it helps you better understand the world and what they were going through at the time. But yeah, fantastic game. Very, very happy this one won and I got to experience that, because I think I remember when this game came out and I just didn't have time to play it. But I remember being interested in it, but I'm glad I finally got to experience it. So hope you've enjoyed. We will see what won next time. If you made it this far, thank you as always. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for what won the poll.